Really been a very, very hot week. It's been really weirdly hot. You might have noticed I've been doing loads of hot weather lists because joyously I have been on holiday this week, a staycation. I just had some time I need to use up, and some days off I need to use up, so I just took some time off, and my partner's working, so I've just been able to be really chilled out. And you'll notice I wore tons of perfume this week because I've pretty much been putting something on in the morning when I get up, and then dithering around and doing little bits and pieces, sometimes making some videos for my YouTube channel, and then I've been having a shower, washing off whatever I was wearing, or if it's worn off or whatever, and then changing to a different perfume because I've been at home, so I've had the option to wear all kinds of things. And because I've been doing so many videos, I've just wanted to wear loads of things. So it's been quite an exciting week in terms of just trying loads of stuff on, and wearing stuff that I haven't worn for a while, getting all my hot weather perfumes out because woof, it has been, I mean, not very bearable, I think is what you'd say. So on Saturday morning, I woke up and I wanted something a bit snuggly, something a bit sweet and custardy. So I went for FCUK Friction for Her. And again, like, I really like this bottle. I love any kind of glass that has this kind of pattern on it, you know. And I don't need to talk about this much. I've talked about it before. Loads of people have talked about this perfume. It's apple blossom, which makes it appley. There's some red berries in the top. You get a little bit of coconut in there when you first spray it, but it dries down to be a kind of caramelized sugar and custardy kind of vanilla. So the notes in this are coconut, spun sugar, vanilla, red berries, apple blossom, honeysuckle, musk, amber, jasmine, sandalwood, woodsy notes, and vetiver. And that's a lot of stuff to say that really like those first maybe 5 notes are all I can really sense in this perfume. I don't find it very floral, I don't find it woody, but it's an easy wear, and it was just, that was just while I was dithering around really. So that was the first one this week. And then once I'd had my, hang on, was this a different day? Well, either way, I think this was the same day actually. This was Saturday again. Once I'd had my shower, it really started to heat up. So we got up to 40 degrees in the UK this week, which is highly unusual for the UK to get that hot. So I broke out my Chanson O, which is an absolute classic banger for this time of year when it's super hot. Like, oh my goodness, it's just really easy to wear. It has a green grassiness at first, and then it gets kind of like a sherbety lime, like a lime sorbet kind of smell. You've got other fruits in it that make it quite sweet, and then it kind of dries down to be a slightly citrusy, slightly sweet, slightly herbal because there's cardamom in it. Spicy is what I mean. Very, very fresh kind of laundry scent. Just a really nice, it's like a wet laundry scent, this one, because it never feels too warm. It always feels good for hot weather, and it's just really nice. And actually I was surprised because I already knew that I liked this one. I've never worn it when it was this hot before because, like I said, it doesn't normally get quite this hot. It lasted for about 6 hours, which for an eau de toilette, which is a bit body sprayish, it's very much a skin scent, but it lasted for ages. So yeah, this is the original Chanson Eau. This is by Coty. You can get this bottle currently, the 100ml of the eau de toilette, on Direct Cosmetics for about $3.99, I think. So it's an absolute bargain. Now, I've got the top notes here from base notes because Fragrantica only have a few of the notes. So the full set of notes here are mint, basil, mandarin, lemon, bergamot, orange, lavender, hyacinth. Heart notes are jasmine, ylang ylang, lily of the valley, mango, pineapple, green cardamom. Base notes are iris, sandalwood, bamboo, musk, and tonka bean. So the tonka bean, I think, is what keeps this really sweet and stop it from going into the kind of acidic route. It's not like soapy. It just smells like freshly cleaned laundry, you know, like citrusy. And there isn't lime in it, but it does to me smell like lime. And I said in my high heat video that the dry down of this smells almost identical to me to the dry down of the 4711 Acqua, Colonia, Lime and Nutmeg. Very similar, but this one's cheaper, you get more. So I'd say if you're interested in that one, this might be worth trying, because I think they smell super similar, especially in the dry down. So yeah, so that was Saturday. And then Sunday, because I've been pulling these out for the high heat videos, so I went for one of the little Harajuku lovers. These are the Wicked Style tester bottles, again from Direct Cosmetics. I love the colour of these. They've always got a very subtle colour. They're very light, so they're good for hot heat. They are eau de toilettes, but to be honest, I would say the longevity on these is a bit more of a body spray, really. You have to keep reapplying. But I think that was one of the days where I was testing some new stuff. So I wore something light deliberately so that I could test some other things. And then I don't think I kept respraying this. I probably resprayed it once, and then by the time it got to the evening, I was like, I don't need perfume now. So this is the Lil Angel from the Wicked Style Harajuku Lover line, and this one is bright. It's got champagne in it. So the notes here are champagne, pomelo, plum and bergamot. Middle notes are lotus, white lily, rose. Base notes, musk, amber and woodsy notes. And honestly, I've said it before, I'll say it again, I don't really think you get much in the way of base notes in these perfumes. You always get the top notes. Sometimes you get some of the middle ones, and I think you do get a little bit of the lotus and water lily here, because there's a vibe to it that I would say if it was in a different perfume and wasn't this colour, people would say was slightly aquatic. And I think that's because of the lotus and the water lily, because obviously they are florals that you so often find in watery and aquatic perfumes, and you know, pomelo as well. But the champagne you can really notice at the beginning of this, so it's slightly sharper than the other Harajuku lovers, but it's a really cute one. So then, oh my goodness, then we were hitting hardcore heat, like almost unbearable. The sort of heat where I think a lot of people just wouldn't wear any perfume, but I was home, I wasn't having to go out and about, and I was just like chilling out. And I just have so many perfumes that you can wear in really high heat, because I really love watery, juicy, fruity, light, clean perfumes, you know. So I started off the day before I had my shower with some H&M Pear. It's just so yummy, this one. I would say in colder weather, this one smells more artificial. In warmer weather, it's got more of a natural pear smell. It still almost smells like a mixture of a freshly cut natural pear with like a nibble of a Haribo pear flavoured sweet or something. But this, yeah, definitely when I wore it when it was very hot, it didn't smell quite as synthetic as when I wore it the last time when it wasn't quite as hot. So I had that on in the morning. Then I think I made some videos, and then I just did my shower. And there's by the way, you can probably tell I'm using a microphone right now because my microphone turned up, and I got this from Shein when I was buying some other bits and pieces. I really like Shein. They've got some really good stuff for really bargainous prices, and I'm a bargain hunter. So it just so happened I was ordering some stuff for my wedding actually, and like some little wedding favour type things. And I was like, oh, okay, let me just have a quick look and see if they've got any microphones. And they had some microphones that this was literally like under £5, and I know it's not going to be exceptionally good quality in terms of the sound, but hopefully it just makes me louder, which is all I really wanted, and it seems to be working. The reviews of these were really good, so I was like, oh nice. So anyway, it turned up. What I would like you guys to bear in mind if you watch all of my videos, any of my subscribers, I have a massive backlog, because when I do videos, I might do like 4 or 5 videos in one day. Like when I find the time, I just bang them out. So I've got a really big backlog. So any that I make that are new will be with this microphone, but most of the videos you're going to see for the next like month or two are probably older ones, so they're still going to be quite quiet. So it will probably mainly be these what I wore last week that are going to have you know, the microphone, the louder volume. But anyway, so I digress. So I wore Pear, then I had my shower, and by which point it was probably 31 degrees in my flat. It was 38 degrees outside by the time I just hit up some clean, fresh laundry and lavender, just to smell fresh, clean, to make sure everything was all yummy. It was just, it was getting really horribly hot. So this is a really good one for really high heat. It's really easy to wear. It's very fresh. As I've said before, it smells like fresh laundry with a bit of lavender. It does smell a bit like a lavender Febreze, but that's exactly why I like it. That's why it was so good for hot weather. I also sprayed some on my bed before I went to bed, because I normally put Twilight from Lush on my bed before I go to sleep. That one is too strong for me to wear as a perfume, but I really like it as a bed spray. But it's too sweet for when it's like intensely hot, because it's basically lavender and tonka bean to me. This one is definitely not as sweet. So this also has tonka bean in though. The notes in this are top notes of fruity notes and pineapple, middle notes lavender, green grass, orchid, night blooming jasmine, star anise, base notes musk, tonka bean, amber, precious woods and patchouli. I honestly, with the exception of lavender, can't pull anything specific out of this perfume in terms of notes. It's really well blended. It just smells like fresh laundry. It's really watery, really fresh. You do have to keep respraying it because it's an eau fraiche, but it lasts as a skin scent, just making your skin smell clean. It's really nice. So then we had on the hottest day, so when it had got up to like 39, we were about to hit the 40 day. I woke up in the morning. We had literally fires in the UK where it was so hot, which is almost unheard of. We also had the hottest day on record, and that is when this baby came out. My 4711 Acqua, Colonia, Lychee and White Mint. Oh, this is exceptional in hot weather, like really high heat. It was so it's so lush, this perfume. It's so fresh. It made me feel cooler whenever I would respray it. And I only, actually in the heat, this one lasted for quite a long time, especially where it hit my clothes. So I think maybe I put this on 3 times in one quite long day. Holy cow, there's just it's so minty, this one. It's so minty that it's so refreshing. And yeah, it definitely has a slightly, I mean, you could almost say like a fruity mint mouthwash or like toothpaste, but I don't know, I just really liked it. The lychee, it was quite sweet. The lychee came out a little bit more in the heat, but it's mainly about the mint, this one, and it was just, oh my god, it was so comfy. Oh my goodness, I'm really gonna have to move everything over because otherwise we will run out of space. Yeah, so they don't give us any notes for this, by the way. I'm not just forgetting them. So the next one, oh yes, this is new. It's still in the box because I'm undecided as to how much I'm going to actually wear this. I do like it though. It's not one of the many Elizabeth Arden green tea flankers that I think are rubbish. But it definitely still has a lot of the green tea DNA. But on top of it, so it's a lighter version of the green tea, the regular green tea. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry if you can hear all the drilling. I swear to God that there's a couple of neighbours down. There is someone who is literally demolishing and putting back together their house, and they start literally at 7 in the morning. It has almost ruined my time off. It's been so annoying. Anyway, moany old lady. So green tea, lychee and lime. You definitely get a lot of lime when you first spray it. The lychee is quite noticeable. It absolutely is exactly what it says. Green tea, lychee, lime. It's very light. It was really good another really hot day. I mean, I think it was maybe 35 on that day. But it still had the remnants of, like, I mean, our flat was 32 degrees. It was a nightmare. Really easy to wear, really light, citrusy, summery. It's a bit sweet, but it's not cloying. It's not too syrupy, you know. It's really nice. One of the better green tea green tea flankers. Sorry, I was literally just reading what it said. I think it's really tasty. If you like the flankers, this I think is one of the only ones that I think is good. I do like the pomegranate one, but as I said, that goes very shampooey. This one doesn't really go shampooey. It more dries down to be a very kind of gentle version of green tea with a little bit of that lychee and lime fruitiness and freshness. It's more watery, it's lighter than the other ones. But yeah, this was released this year, so this is the 2022 flanker. So I wore that in the morning. I was doing one of my high heat videos, I think, so I was wearing it while I was doing that, and it was in that video. So I wore this one, and then I had my shower, and I thought I'd stick with the lychee, and this was in that same video. So this is Scentology Lychee and Floral Bouquet. You can get these now. I got them originally from Boots, and as I said in my other videos since, like, Boots don't have them anymore. So they had them on like a special introductory price for $5.99 for 100ml. And then their introductory price was the only price they had, and now they don't have them in stock anymore. It's weird. So Boohoo have them, and Beauty Bay UK, I think it's called, have them as well. So this is an eau de parfum, but it definitely doesn't perform like an eau de parfum. It performs like a decent eau de toilette. It's really sweet. Do you know, this is a fascinating one as well, because it's funny, you don't really realise this, because when I first spray this, and for a lot of the time when you're wearing it, it's mainly lychee. It mainly smells like lychee. And then the very deep dry down, I kept sniffing myself and thinking, this smells like something else. And it literally smells like something else I smelled really recently. And it just smells a little bit like the Daisy Sapphire and the Harajuku Lovers Wicked Style Music. The ones that both smell a bit like Daisy from Marc Jacobs and a little bit like Chanel Chanson Tendre. The deep dry down of this has a little bit of that vibe, and I was like, really? Okay. So I already knew I was getting rid of Daisy Sapphire. I'm probably also going to get rid of the Harajuku Lover one as well, the Wicked Style Music, because to be honest, how many perfumes do I need that have the same dry down? I really don't need more than one. So this one though, I like probably better because it's not woody in the dry down particularly, whereas Daisy Sapphire was really woody. And this one lasts longer than the Harajuku Lovers Music, so it just seems sensible, and also it has that beautiful, very lychee forward opening, and generally you can still smell that lychee, but yeah, there's just something about the base of it. But it's very pretty. I really like it. But yeah, so there you go. This is like a very lychee version of a Chanel Chanson Tendre, which, you know, I did say I was assuming that these were supposed to be dupes of something, but so the notes listed for this on Boohoo are top notes: lychee, apricot, peach, blood orange, lemon, and rhubarb. Heart notes: jasmine, rose, geranium, orchid, fresh and green accords. Base: cedarwood, sandalwood, musk, amber, and vanilla. So, like I said, weirdly, the dry down smells a little bit like kind of Marc Jacobs Daisy-ish, but it opens very strong in the lychee. The lychee stays for pretty much the whole time. I think it just gets a bit more subtle. Anyway, so that's that one. Now, where did I get to? Oh yeah, this tiny little angel baby. Let me just try and... I have to do a rearrange sometimes so I can actually get stuff in. That's without knocking them over, preferably. So this is Cerruti Image. I'm actually, because in my other one I didn't really... I hope you can see. Cerruti Image. It's got writing all over the bottom as well. It's a really cool bottle. The big bottles have these as well, and I wonder if that's the sprayer on the actual thingy one, the real one, the big one. So I've got 2 little minis of this, so I don't feel like I need to buy the big bottle, because I probably won't wear it enough realistically. And this one, it's very unusual. It's a real departure from what I normally wear in some ways, but it's also very in my wheelhouse because it's a very light, clean, slightly citrusy smell. But anyway, so the Cerruti Image for women, the notes in this are top notes of grapefruit, pepper and green notes, middle notes of mint, base notes of birch, leather, Virginia cedar and amber. Those are the Fragrantica notes. I think they're a little bit, I don't think they're quite accurate, because I'm pretty sure that where it says pepper and it's got black pepper, this is actually pimento pepper, as in like red pepper. And it does have that kind of peppery spice that isn't like a black pepper smell. There's something else in the middle notes that it's not listing here. Oh yes, it's like carbon molecule or something like that. It's a very interesting fragrance, this one. It's really unusual. It's still, I try to explain it in my high heat video, and it's difficult to explain. It is grapefruity, it is spicy, it's very green. You really get that kind of leather in the bottom that's very smooth, but it's so smooth. It doesn't smell masculine, it doesn't massively smell feminine. It smells very unisex. It's got that kind of watery citrus CK1 kind of vibe to it. It's very pretty, this one. It's not necessarily a safe blind buy, but you can get these little minis from eBay if you want to try it. And they're it's a really interesting, it smells very niche, but it's very subtle. It's a skin scent, it's really light. My partner said when he smelt me, without me asking, he just said, "You smell really nice and clean today." So, you know, and that's when I hadn't had my shower. I hadn't even had my shower yet. So yeah, so this is a very nice perfume, but it smells very unusual, but it's less than £20 for 75ml. So I mean, good old Cerruti, they've got a couple of really interesting perfumes. I love 1881 as well. So after I had my shower, because it actually is ever so slightly similar in its style, I wore this one, CK In2U for her. And I just hate how wobbly this bottle is. It gets on my nerves. So this one, the notes in this, top notes are pink grapefruit, Sicilian bergamot and red currant leaf. Middle notes are cactus and orchid. Base notes are vanilla, red cedar and amber. Now I put, you might have already seen, I put a whole video up about this one because I do think this is actually quite an interesting perfume. It's in a horrible bottle, but it's pretty cool perfume. Yeah, it's got that red, is it red cedar I said? Yeah, the red cedar has a resinous piney smell about it, which means it doesn't necessarily smell like wood from a tree. It smells more like the branches and the pine needles from a tree. But there's quite a lot of vanilla in it, and it's like a vanilla-y grapefruit smell. Yeah, I think it's quite an unusual citrus, and it's quite easy to wear. Again, like you could definitely call this unisex, to be honest. I don't think it leans too masculine for me to wear, and I wore it quite comfortably, and I wore it quite comfortably after Cerruti, because although Cerruti Image is way more complex and interesting, and also having worn the two of them on the same day, this is not as smooth at all. This is very smooth, very silky, and like I said in the other video, someone described Cerruti Image as an elegant perfume, and I would say this is elegant, this is a bit more mass pleasing, but they've got that same kind of vibe. They've both got that kind of unusual base with a very clean and fresh citrus grapefruit in the top, but this one's got quite a lot of vanilla, so it's sweeter in that way. It's got a kind of sweeter creaminess, where this has like a smooth, suede-y, leathery base, but it's also got a bit of sweetness in this. It's not sharp. So yeah, so that was that day, and then today I am just living my very best life by wearing, because it's like 20 degrees today or something, is it? It's really dropped right down, and I just missed it. I just really wanted to wear my little Demeter baby powder. I've missed this perfume. I've not worn it for ages. So yeah, I'm really in the mood. A little bit more. I was testing all kinds of perfumes this morning because my ones from Europe finally arrived, and I'm going to make a video of that next. In fact, if I've got any room on my iPad left after going on for 25 minutes already. So yeah, baby powder by Demeter. I really like it. It just smells like a very, very sweet baby powder. That's exactly what it smells like. It smells like what it says. And the notes in this one are just down as powdery notes, musk and floral notes. Can you hear? I'm going to listen back to this and see if I can hear like the insane noise. I feel very bad for anyone on my street who's currently working from home while this is going on. It must be a nightmare. And if they've got babies, oh my goodness. Anyway, if you love the smell of baby powder, if you love powdery perfumes, if you like sweet powdery perfumes, Demeter baby powder is genius. I've got this one and I've got a little smaller one that I take in my bag if I wear it to work. It actually lasts quite well, but once I wear it, I like to keep respraying it because I do love it. And I don't really think that you can be too strong if you're wearing something that smells like baby powder. It's just really lush. I love baby powder by Demeter. I think it's so tasty. So I'm very happily wearing this today because I've actually got a slightly cooler day than normal, which is awesome. So that is my week in perfumes. Just trying to see if we can so I can get a decent screenshot for the... Can you see everything there? Pretty much. That's not bad. Yeah, so that's my week. I wore a lot of perfumes this week. This isn't even including things I tested, because the things I tested I will talk to you about separately in a separate video. But I hope that this microphone's picking me up okay. It's one that clips to my clothes, so I've got to try and find somewhere that it's not going to get like, you know, loads of noise from me moving around, but it's still going to pick up my voice. So fingers crossed. I will check this back now and see if it's come out all right. But anyway, so yeah, I've got so many videos coming up, so I hope you guys find them helpful when it comes to this very, very hot weather we're having.